Okay, this video is the continuation of the previous Abyss story. If you haven't watched it yet, watch my explanation of the Abyss full lore. I've explained Obsidia origins, how she became the sovereign ruler of the Abyss, how she struck the god of darkness in the war with the light, and how she went into deep slumber. Okay, Obsidia is awakened, and the Abyss is in chaos. Obsidia is not interested in Thamuz or Alice. She simply brushes them off as weaklings. Obsidia is rather interested in Selena, the current vessel of God of Darkness. Obsidia knew about Selena's existence. She sees Selena as the Dark God's next sacrificial pawn. In her, Obsidia saw her past self, proud, foolish, ignorant of the future, and lost in momentary pleasure. Obsidia is eventually bound to meet Selena soon. A mysterious fissure in the southern region descends into a world of endless darkness.
How relentless! That monster just won't quit. That's...
Before Selena stands a corrupted fire demon, lurching forward with unsteady steps.
Looks like that fire demon is undergoing transformation. How lovely! I can use him to mask my presence.
Power surges through the air as Selena vanishes into nothingness. The dark power proves too much for the fire demon, forcing him to his knees.
Ah! No, I won't become the spawn of decay. I can't let this curse endanger my people. I must get far away from here. In the name of Lord Thamuz, the fire demons will never yield.
An overwhelming pressure suddenly bears down on the fire demon. He raises his gaze to find a spectral figure materializing before him.
So you're the bait.
The thick, dark energy dulls all senses, while the demon's decaying stench masks any trace of Selena's presence.
Such a crude deception.
In this moment, ancient memories etched into his very bloodline surge to life. The torment of the corruption subsides temporarily, only to be replaced by absolute fear.
You're the sovereign of the Abyss.
Once, the Abyss was ruled by a sovereign. She nurtured it like a mother and ruled it like a tyrant. The denizens of the Abyss survived in endless torment, ensalved to the war between light and darkness. But from the countless sacrifices, a spark would ignite the flames of rebellion. One day, led by the fire demons, a rebel army slew the sovereign and consumed her blood, finally obtaining the power to rule themselves. However, they could not wholly destroy the sovereign's remains, so they sealed Obsidia away in the darkest depths of the Abyss. And now, she has returned.
Did you come to kill me, wretched tyrant?
You are already dead.
You cursed us all for killing you and consuming your blood. This must have been your plan from the beginning. The cursed blood, it gave us power, but it drove us into madness.
Obsidia looked at the fire demon without a word, as though observing a walking corpse.
Time is almost up.
Her words fell like a decree. The moment they left her lips, the corruption within the fire demon lashed out violently. The power he once prized became a voracious maw, consuming his will, his flesh, his very essence. His self would fade entirely, leaving only a grotesque creature, consumed by an endless hunger. More horrifying still, the corruption will spread like a plague among his tribe, condemning them all to the same fate. And the architect of all this suffering stood before him.
So, this is your revenge. 1. Kill me. But the fire demons will never yield.
Kill you? That is a mercy the weak cannot afford. Your fate is already sealed.
Monster, foul tyrant, murderous wench. We have killed you once. We will kill you again.
With a final, anguished cry, the fire demon completed its grotesque metamorphosis into a spawn of decay. The soulless, ravenous beast fixed its gaze upon Obsidia, irresistibly drawn to the raw power emanating from her.
Power, more delicious power. Ah, such power.
With a single strike, Obsidia reduced the spawn of decay to dust. From the ashes, a luminous droplet of blood emerged and fused with her bones of wrath.
The dark elf Selena, the source of this calamity, she is one worthy of my mercy.
And so Obsidia pressed onward with her relentless hunt. The ancient blood returned to its master, just as the sovereign returned to her abyss. The abyss is home to the most savage races in the land of Dawn. Here, strife, plunder, and slaughter are the norm. In the dark corner of the abyss, a creature danced with joy over its newly found abyssal obsidian, blissfully unaware of the eyes watching from the shadows. The hunter leapt from the darkness, snapping the creature's spine before sinking its fangs to feast on the fresh blood. The abyssal obsidian rolled away until coming to rest at the foot of the concealed obsidy. The stone held only a trace of dark energy, no different than an ordinary rock to Obsidia. Yet in ages past, such a meager thing was worth more than several lives of her tribesmen. 1,000 years ago, back in the past, the ancient abyss, a realm of chaos. The races dwelling here fought endlessly and did whatever necessary to survive. The strong trampled the weak, while the weak struggled to live in the shadows. In the deepest pits, where the abyss connected to the sea, a weak race hid away.
Did you go out again, Obsidia? It's far too dangerous out there.
We're completely out of food and abyssal obsidian. Are we supposed to just sit here and wait for death?
A heart-wrenching wail pierced the darkness, followed by a chorus of muffled sobs.
That's the one who left yesterday to seek out the Black River tribe. Only half his body was returned to us.
Make contact with those beasts so they can turn us all into their next meal.
What choice did we have? How much longer can we go on like this?
Don't ask me. Ask yourself. You can fight until the bitter end, or kneel and accept your fate.
Obsidia leaped into the water with her prey food she had risked her life to steal in the midst of a battle. If she had been caught, her fate would have been worse than that severe corpse. She could sense the desperate, piercing gazes from behind, but she did not look back. In this chaotic wasteland, the weak were the only food for the strong.
If I could make the rules.
If you could make the rules.
Who's that?
In ancient times, the southern lands were a piece of chaos and unrelenting cruelty. But one day, a conqueror emerged from the depths, the one who, despite coming from the weakest of the tribes, wielded immense power and ruthless determination. A mountain of bones piled at her feet, while tribes fell to their knees in pools of blood before her. She forged new rules, bestowed the willing with power, and forged her kingdom, naming it the Abyss.
I found a thrall here.
Obsidia memories were cut short by the voice of a blood demon soldier. The blood demon thrall howled with the flesh of his prey still hanging from his lips. A stench of corruption swirled around him.
Quite. You sound as pathetic as those fire demons.
A blade of crimson blood flashed through the air, severing the head of the thrall before the corruption could fully take hold. As life fled its body, the blood demon's corruption finally faded. Hidden within the shadows, Obsidia observed quietly. Plunder, slaughter, kill, or be killed. Such is the abyss. For one to survive, another must be sacrificed, even if it's one's own kind.
Queen Alice sends her regards, you wretched deserter, now become dust.
That's the last one. Ever since that incident at the Night Palace, we've been seeing fewer cases of corruption.
Queen Alice ordered us to find the one from the Night Palace.
Silence. Those orders are confidential.
Once the blood demons has departed, Obsidia materialized from the shadows. She harbored no interest in these blood demons' descendants. They were mere outsiders to the abyss, tainted by impurity. In the abyss, power reigns absolute, and survival rules above all. One either adapts or perishes. Nearby, Selena's aura pulsed erratically. That dark elf was surely plotting something, but it mattered not. Obsidia would hunt her down and end her life all the same. Obsidia raced forward, following Selena's aura, which now flared openly, a deliberate taunt to her pursuer. The spawns of decay continued to amass in number.
Useless.
Obsidia carved through them with ease, but their darkness essence coalesced into a thick, choking mist.
Sovereign.
Whew. Such weak-willed creatures.
Survival must be earned here. From atop her throne in the Night Palace, the tyrant overlooks the bones piling up below. The denizens of the abyss endure in endless cycles of fear, sorrow, and death.
O Sovereign, while my body bleeds on the battlefield, my soul is being devoured by the corrupted. O Sovereign, yet another tribe has been wiped out. Is this the abyss you envisioned? We endured the chaos of the abyss, only to be twisted into grotesque spawns of decay under your reign. No, I refuse to become one of them. Someone, anyone, save Mel. O Sovereign, is there a future for the abyss?
Countless lives thrust into the war between light and darkness. The unlucky few who survived eventually became spawns of decay, soulless pawns of darkness. Yet their sovereign remained unmoved, watching the tragedy unfold with indifference.
O Sovereign, what right do you have to be our sovereign?
Haunted by echoes of the past, Obsidia battles the spawns of decay on pure instinct alone, while slowly finding herself backed against a cliff. A sinister laugh ripples through the darkness. A dark elf emerges from the shadows, her claws glinting with glee. Seizing the perfect moment, she springs forth to claim Obsidia's life.
I finally caught you.
What? How is your mind still intact?
I've come face to face with true terror and survived far more sinister schemes. Your petty tricks are nothing to me.
Obsidia's feigned stupor was now replaced by a bloodthirsty smile.
Now you're my prey, wretched puppet of darkness.
With dark power writhing around her hands, Selena transforms into her abyssal demon form. Obsidia's bone shards traced deadly patterns through the air, weaving an inescapable web.
A corpse should rot in the ground where it belongs.
Obsidia's bone shards traced deadly patterns through the air, weaving an inescapable web. The hunter became the hunted. Selena had been Obsidia's prey from the start.
A puppet or a corpse? I'd much prefer the latter.
A shard locked onto Selena's heart, its power so intense that the air spiraled around it. Obsidia's killing intent reached its peak as she readied her shard for the finale. A devastating wave of dark power suddenly descended, wrenching Obsidia's attack from its path. Selena dodged the attack, but suddenly stopped as dark flames engulfed her form. The flames carried an aura that made Obsidia's blood run cold with hatred. Ancient, overwhelming, vile, yet seductive, unmistakably the presence of the god of darkness.
Through eternity's passage, we meet again, disobeyer of divinity. My most precious puppet. All this death must have brought back old memories.
It seems eternity has not cured your foolishness. Has your divine fall taught you nothing? My abyss is no pasture for the gods.
Thy power flows from mine own hand. This land remains my domain.
The vessel of divinity raised her hand, awakening the ancient memories of the land. In a bygone time, a tale unfolds of a frail demon girl who rose to become a ruler.
O divinity, were we brought into this world merely to be another's prey? I wish for power. The power to live, the power to rule, the power to change all of this.
In the chaos of this subterranean world, the girl's fervent wish drew forth the god of darkness. The divine entity spoke, "I shall grant thee such power and promise thee a kingdom of thy own, and in return you will pledge yourself to me." And so the girl became a ruler and forged her abyss. She established order, shared her power, and commanded the abyssal races. Her rule was simple: submit and live, or resist and perish. From this bloodshed came a great rebirth. But the war between light and darkness was the doom of dreams. The children of the abyss were thrown into an endless conflict. Barely 1 in 10 returned alive. The demons who were granted power eventually lost their souls and became mindless beasts, knowing only slaughter until their death. The divine gift had finally revealed its grotesque truth. She was neither a sovereign nor a tyrant, but something far worse. The moment she grasped the strings hanging from above, she became a puppet dancing to divinity's whims. She could neither halt the corruption nor save her people. All she could do was turn her gaze upward.
Divinity shall learn that even puppets can bear an edge.
Knowing you stand no chance, you dare strike at me while I was occupied with the God of Light. The pain for this transgression shall be carved into thy very bones.
The abyss is my kingdom, sealed by covenant between divinity and I. The pain for breaking this covenant, even you shall not escape it.
Look around you. I have returned to this realm, while you are but a broken husk.
Obsidia lifted her hand with all her might to strike at the figure before her. But an unseen force forced her body down, causing her attack to miss its mark.
Though once the vessel of divinity, even thy restored form cannot escape my power.
Though her body remained constrained, Obsidia let loose another shard, this one landing closer to its target.
What dost thou still resist? This abyss is no longer thine own. It remains chaotic, lawless, and worst of all weak. Even if you slay this girl, Selena, I shall find another just as I found thee millennia ago.
The dark flames suddenly twisted and writhed, and within their sinister glow, Selena's demonic form melted away, revealing a phantom of Obsidia. It extended its hand toward the real Obsidia while savoring the murderous intent burning in her eyes.
Through thee, the abyss has long carried my sacred brand. You are but one of countless vessels I have cultivated across eternity. Yet, thy resolve stands unlike any before. Return unto me, become once more my divine herald, and drown the land in darkness. Only then shall you reign as sovereign of this world.
Words of deceit I've grown tired of hearing. Only a fool would fall prey to divinity's lies.
Obsidia's head snapped up, her eyes gleaming like a honed edge. Her shard pierced through space in its unwavering trajectory, a straight line through the Phantom's head. It shattered like glass, but Selena and the Abyssal Demon were nowhere to be seen.
Disappointing. Even its chosen puppet only amounted to this. Were it true divinity, my light would nave-ended the very instant it seized control.
Only scattered spawns of decay remained. Obsidia's shards brought them swift and merciless salvation. Her decisiveness and composure remained unchanged, the same demeanor she wore when she gave them that power.
Divinity spoke not in words, but in whispers to poison mortal hearts.
Its piercing gaze pierced into her heart, extracting a resonance as dark as the void itself. Her deepest fears, desires, obsessions, all became puppet strings in divinity's grasp. None had experienced the horrors of divinity as deeply as this was, why her every move required such careful calculation. Never again would the Abyss become a tool of the gods. Never again would her spirit bend in submission. Never again will the Godslayer lose her edge.